Hello there, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Satara. If this is your first time here, you're very much welcome. My name is Satara and I'm a fourth year, sorry, I'm actually my fifth year now. I'm a fifth year medical student at the University for Development Studies, and I shoot medical school related videos. Once a while I do shoot lifestyle vlogs and some discussions about mental health as well. So you're very much welcome. I hope you love this channel and I hope you hit that subscribe button. So let's just get right into this video. I'm going to be answering some of your questions about medical school off my Instagram account. I got this, you guys sent me these questions from the question pool and some of the questions from the DMs as well. We're going to be answering all of them. I know this video is so long overdue. I'm sorry, but it's here now and I think that's what matters. Okay, so let's start with the first question. So you still remember what you have been taught since first year to your final year? I might need my glasses for these ones. No, I don't. And it's abnormal too. If you do that's like some really high memory skill, it's just like any other course, any other mode of studying. You would need to keep revising, you would need to keep studying, just like in senior high, just like in junior high, just like any other course in the university. You study certain things take better, certain things, but you need to keep revising them in order to get the concept very. And I'm not in my final year yet. I am in my fifth year, so hopefully by the end of the year I should be in my final year. I think that answers your questions. I do not. The second question: was your first year an emphasis on your last year of senior high school? An emphasis. I wouldn't really say an emphasis. I would say a continuation of it, because in your first year, for us here in UDS, in our first year, we studied mostly biochemistry, biophysics, biostatistics, epidemiology. We did a lot of basic sciences, so I would say it was a continuation and a little advancement as well. So we didn't study social studies, specifically social studies. We didn't study social studies. We did study African studies. I hope that's what's called. We did study African studies. We didn't study English as in senior high. We did study communication skills. We didn't do chemistry. We did biochemistry, biophysics, so that's how it went. And the same person says, after that, what has seemed to be the biggest difference? Were there differences? I would say yes, because once you study chemistry, biochem is it's a foundation. Chemistry serves as the foundation for biochemistry, as I would say, for me personally. And for physics, basically the same thing, the same formulas, the same, that is just more biologically physics inclined. So that's like 2 in 1. The biggest difference would be that it's a different environment. You're in university now. So this question, which is from, it's Miss Mina. Can someone with a degree in education apply for medicine in UDS? I had to do a little research on this one. Yes, on the condition that you do have a certificate that proves that you have pursued the sciences. When I say the sciences, I mean the elective sciences. I mean your chemistry, your physics, your elective maths, your biology, or a combination of that. Because you would be able to, but not with your degree. You would be able to do that with your basic sciences. So let's say in senior high school, as I studied science in senior high school, before getting into medical school, I decided to pursue a course in education, one of the educations. If I did do that, I graduated 3 years later with a degree, and I felt like I wanted to go to medical school. Yes, I still would be able to get into medical school if I did do well, if my results in senior high school were compelling enough, I still would be able to pursue a degree in medicine as well, in any university, not just in UDS. This question from Fauzia XX: can you get admissions to medical school with a degree in biomedical engineering? Yes, you can. Not, yes, I believe so. Very much. Very much. This actually brings up a funny story because prior to medical school, after senior high school, I loved chemistry so much. I should tell you guys this story one day. I loved chemistry so much and I wanted to pursue a course in chemistry or biochemistry before coming to medical school. But you know, as African parents school, I had to choose between biochemistry and medicine. So I did decide to come here to medical school directly before. I might still pursue a course in biochemistry or chemistry later, but that's for future. Okay, the next question from Nasatafa. Hey, what's up? um, Want to know more about your clinical rotation. Okay, so this might need a little more explanation. So right here in Ghana, we pursue 6 years in medical school. It used to be 7 in UDS, but since the year I began, it was changed to 6 years. So in 6 years, you have that split into 3. First 3 years, you do that in your preclinical. We call that the preclinical stage. In the last 3 years, we call that the clinical stage. So for your first 3 years, which is the preclinical stage, that's where you study your basic sciences and your anatomy, your physiology. You do all your pathology in UDS. You do all your pathology. You do everything that has to prepare you for a clinical stage. The clinical stage, that's where it's more patient-based. Okay, it's back then it used to be more of the classrooms, more of the labs, more of the skills labs and all of that. But in the clinical phase, that's where you have hands-on with the patients. You interact more with patients. In fact, you spend about 80% of your time with the patients and just 20% of that time in the lecture hall and stuff like that. So that's the difference. The last 3 years serves as some kind of practicals, pre-apprenticeship, as you may put it. The next question is, hello, I've been following your YouTube channel for some time now and I commend you on your efforts. Thank you so much. I would like to ask some regarding medical practice in Ghana. Okay, do medical doctors pay for their own specialty training in Ghana? I had to research on this as well, and the answer is not anymore. They do not pay. We do not pay for specializing in Ghana anymore. Apparently, that used to be the case a couple of years ago, but things have changed now. Thank God, and we do not pay for that anymore. Question from the same person as a continuation says that on average, how much do specialists earn in Ghana? Okay, so a member basically means that you are enrolled in an accredited training program in the country. As a member, I think you earn about 8.5 thousand, and as a fellow, that's when you are done with your residency, you become a fellow. You earn about 9.5 thousand, and this goes for all specialists, whether you're an internal medicine specialist, whether it's a surgery specialist, you all earn the same things as specialists. The next question, I'm a Ghanaian, but at a very young age I moved to the Caribbean. I've lived there all my life and I'm back now. I heard there is an entrance exam. What is it about? Okay, I think I've said this before. For the entrance exam, my university, for instance, I did not take an entrance exam before coming to university. And I know someone probably asked about an interview as well. And I also did not take an interview as well. For UDS, I don't think it has changed yet. But when I was coming in, the people before me, and to the best of my knowledge, it still hasn't changed. Once you gain admissions into UDS, that's just it. You gain admissions into UDS and you come in. But for some other universities, like the University of Ghana, which I'm sure about, they do take an entrance exam and then an interview as well. I don't know about the rest of the universities. I think UHAS also, you do have to go for an interview at UHAS as well. The next question actually is about an interview and entrance exams. So we are just going to skip that because I have answered that. Please, I want to start something new, like read some books on some SHS topics in biology. I was wondering if you could help me out, and is this necessary for my first year? Okay, if you are currently waiting on admissions, which I'm sure you have been admitted, but as at the point of watching this somewhere in the future, if you're currently waiting on your admissions to the university and you feel like you're wasting so much time and you want to read ahead, my candid advice to you would be to rest. But I feel like the professional in me, wants to tell you to read a bit, to recap on your chemistry, to recap on your physics, to recap on your biology. But honestly, knowing what I know now, if I had just completed senior high and I didn't know what to do, I would have rested so much. Perhaps if I had 6 months to stay at home before coming to the university, I would have rested for 5 months, and in my last month I would have begun reading, because I know some people do take classes prior to that. Some people stress themselves so much, and I know it's a very, very, very tiresome time. You are so stressed out because you're waiting for your admission and all of that. But honestly, knowing what I know now, but we are all different people. If you feel like reading would help you stay grounded and help with your anxiety as well, there's nothing wrong with that as well. You can read ahead, just catch up on your physics, your chemistry, and your biology. It might not make the biggest difference, but it would make some kind of difference, because as I said in the beginning, your first year is kind of a continuation of your senior high school. This person says, that's from Frimpong Samuel 2020. Please, can you tell me what you know about pursuing medicine? Well, I have a video on everything you need to know about the admission process and all of that. So I'm going to skip all that. And yeah, you can watch that video about the admission process to universities in Ghana. What do I know about pursuing medicine? Basically everything. I wish this question was more direct, but yeah, I hope it has something to do with admission. So you can just watch that video and that should cover it. This person says, do I need to revise SHS before? I think I've answered this. That was like 2 questions before this, so I'm just going to skip this. I understand why a lot of these questions are coming, because it's a nerve-wracking period, but trust me, you would be fine. You would be. The next question says, what do I need to know before applying? Everything about the admission process and applying and all that. As I said, I have a video on that, so please watch that. I've heard feedback from people and it's helped a number of people, so I hope it answers most of your questions and clears up all your doubts. But just beside the point, I just want to say that the admission process or the results of admissions have nothing to do with you as an individual, because getting into medical school in any country, I presume even in Ghana, is a very big competition. And I know a number of people, I know so many people that had 8A's, 7A's, 6A's, did very well and technically should be in medical school, but unfortunately we're not able to make it. And I know personally people who you would think didn't do as well looking at the WASI results, but it's a tough competition, and I think there are a lot of things that contribute to it. So I know it can be very tough on you, just in case you don't get into medical school. I just want you to know it's not a reflection on you as an individual, and you could always try if it's really you could always try again if it's really what you want to do. And yeah. And I wish everyone the best of luck. Anyone applying to medical school, or who has plans of applying to medical school, or any other course you might want to pursue, I wish you the best of luck with it. This person says, any advice? I'm applying to medical school. I could talk about this for I think this should be a separate video, and I would actually title that video, any advice? I'm applying to medical school. I think I would reserve this for that, but just for the purposes of this video, because I want to answer all your questions, my first advice would be to not be hard on yourself. Do not be too hard on yourself. Once you get here, do not be too hard on yourself. 1. 2, Medical school is not a competition. Do not compete with people. People will try to compete with you. Are so competitive because there are a lot of type A people in medical school. People are so competitive. Allow them compete with themselves and clash each other. Just try as much as you can to focus on you, focus on what you want out of medical school for yourself. Sorry. Focus on what you want out of medical school for yourself. That's two. The third thing is speak to someone if you need help. If you think it's getting too overwhelming and you need to see a therapist, you need to talk to a counselor, please do that, because medical school can be very, 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 very stressful. And we do have some times when like you have nothing to do, you have so much free time on your hands, but when we do get stressed out, like it goes to the brim, the cup overflows. And I am not in any bit exaggerating, especially, I don't know about other schools, but if you do find yourself in UDS, more grease to your elbows, because it's quite stressful and competitive, as I assume all other medical schools are. So do not be hard on yourself. Seek help if you need help. And three, medical school is not a competition. Life is not a race. Do you best. I hope that's helpful in any way. And the next question, which I think is the last question. Did you take an entrance exam and interview? Okay, so I guess the last question was the last question because I've already answered this. No, I did not. We do not take entrance exams or interviews in UDS. So thank you so much. I hope I have answered all your questions. If you have more questions, please leave them in the comment section. Sorry, or you could text me on Instagram or any of my other social media platforms. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor and a pleasure having you watch me. Thank you, and see you in my next video, guys.